Identifying the degrees of the scale. Scales are numbered from the lowest note, which is usually the tonic, up to the highest note, which is the tonic an octave higher. There are three primary triads: the tonic, the subdominant, and the dominant. These chords are used primarily more than the others, thus they're called the primary triads. Very often music will start in the tonic key with a tonic chord, and it will finish with a tonic chord, and that gives that sense of arriving home and settling and being resolved and complete. In C major, C is the tonic note, it's the number one note. In F major, F is the tonic. If we were in Raspberry Popsicle, the key of Raspberry Popsicle, then Raspberry Popsicle would be the tonic. If we were in the key of Chocolate Marmite, then Chocolate Marmite would be the tonic. I think you get what I mean. Most harmonisation of songs uses the primary triads, or the triads we use primarily. So, chord 1 is the tonic, chord 4 is called the subdominant, and chord 5 is called the dominant. If you can remember that 1 is the tonic and 5 is the subdominant, if we take one step down from 5 to 4, we are on the subdominant. If you remember the word sub means under, you'll always know what chord 4 is called. It's the subdominant. Other degrees of the scale are easy to remember if you can hold on to the fact that the tonic is number 1. One step up from that is the supertonic. If we jump right to the top and chord 7, that is called the leading note because it wants to lead home. Chord 7 wants to lead home, or the note number 7 wants to lead home to the tonic again. There are only two more to remember. Chord 3 is called the mediant. So the mediant is chord 3. The only other one we need to know is the submediant. And this is kind of the opposite than you're expecting, because you'd expect sub, meaning under, to be beneath the mediant. But in fact, the submediant is called the submediant because back in the old days there were notes below the tonic, and the submediant is one of those notes. So quickly recapping, the tonic is number 1, it is the home key. Going up one more step from the tonic, we get to the supertonic, which is chord 2. Tonic, supertonic, then we get to the mediant. The mediant is chord 3. The fourth chord, which is a primary triad, chords 1, 4 and 5 are the primary triads. The fourth triad, or fourth chord, is the subdominant. The fifth chord is the dominant. Remember that the fourth chord is the subdominant, the underdominant. The fifth is the dominant. A perfect cadence is made up by going from chord 5 to chord 1. It is the ultimate in finishing cadences. It is called a perfect cadence. The sixth chord is the one to keep in mind, even though it's called the submediant. It's not actually below the mediant, it's above it. The submediant is the sixth note of the scale. The seventh note of the scale, the last note of the scale, it's the note of the scale that wants to lead home, and it's called the leading note. The leading note almost always resolves to the tonic by taking one step up to that note, or resolving in a chordal form. So the leading note is the final degree of the scale. One more time from bottom to top. The tonic is number 1. The supertonic is number 2. The median is number 3. The subdominant is number 4. The dominant is number 5. The submediant is number 6. The leading note is number 7, leading back to the tonic.